Hi guys, hope you're all well. I'm going to start by talking about the casting because these are such kind of great roles for you all to get. I just wondered who was the first person you told when you found out you had these parts.
Oh,
I'm trying to. I feel like you got a story there.
me?
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I called them because my mom kept telling me to call them. And then when I called them, it was on speakerphone and my brother was in the living room with me and he didn't know I was calling them. And then my sister, she was also in the living room with me. So it was on speaker when they announced I got the role.
Oh.
And then my brother, he's a big physical guy and he just football tackled me and then like picked me up. And I was just like, I got it. And then he was like, hey, you got it. And he tackled me. And then my sister was really happy for me. So I would say out of my mom, they were the first people to then recognize that I got the role.
No, that's so nice. I don't have anything like so cool and wonderful. Like, just like, I don't know. Oh, I had no rugby. I wish I had a rugby tackle with love. Like, oh my gosh. I think my mum was like, okay, well done. Like, I was like, this is amazing. No, I did not have that. Just people were really happy, but I know rugby tackle.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Zrinka.
Yeah, the same.
But maybe if you do a sort of second season, one of your friends can rugby tackle you then as a congratulations.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm sending it out.
But you do get these kind of hypothetical narrative ideas in shows. And I think this one is especially fascinating. This kind of idea of an epic scale gender power shift and what that could kind of entail. Is it one of those projects where the second you read the kind of log line, you were instantly kind of captured?
I mean, yeah, I read the book and I was like, what? Like, I've never read anything like that before. And it was so nuanced. It wasn't like women take over the world and everything's great. It was really adept in like humanity and was not just about women. It was about everybody involved in patriarchy and power. So like, I was like, sign me up from the jump. I was so keen in the audition. I was like, yes, I'll do whatever you want. Like,
yes.
Yeah, really
excited. I was the same way because I told my mom she was preparing me for a no because she's been in the industry longer than me. But the second I read Auli'i, I was like, Mom, this is for me. I don't care what they say. I want this is for me. It's mine. So yeah, I had the same feeling. And then when I read about the book and I saw the back of the book and read the definition and the info about it, I had the same feeling you had. I was just like, oh, this is nice. This is like a nice what if theory. That's how it was to me. But yeah.
And the beauty of the book and the project itself is that it connects like artists from all over the world.
Yeah.
So, and the same with like problems. It's not like, you know, specifically this country and that problem. It's like all the problems that we have to talk about. So, yeah.
Because I was just interviewing Toni and John, and it was quite interesting because Toni said that she doesn't read books before she signs up to a project because she finds them to be a bit of a distraction. And John said he always does try to because he always thinks that it gives him he's a bit more method. I was wondering about you guys. Have you kind of found your, because they're obviously quite established. Have you guys found your process yet? Are you still finding your way about like how you're going to kind of tackle that kind of thing? Because I guess some actors, they kind of over the years, they just have a way of working where they just know I'm going to read the book or I'm not going to read it. Are you still kind of finding your feet in regards to how you tackle roles and the process of finding a character?
I have this thing with like every new project and every new part, I'm trying something different, something else, because I think it helps to create something that you never created before. And like, you know, taking out the new layers from you that you necessarily didn't know that you have them. So yeah, so this is something I'm still kind of exploring. But yeah, I rarely read the book if it exists before the project, because you have so many movies and, you know, series that didn't serve the glory of the book and the success. And it's always like a tricky step, I think. But with this one, yeah, I read all the, you know, critics stuff and Obama's favorite book and whatever. And I was like, oh, safe with this one. Yeah, I have to, because
So what did this get the Obama seal of approval then? Was he?
Yeah, he said that it's one of his like 10 favorite books, something like that. Like, yeah.
You can take his word for it, I think.
It's like he knows.
It's incredibly raw human themes in a show that obviously has a kind of supernatural element to it. But when you guys take on the characters, do you have to almost ignore the outlandish supernatural sort of elements to the kind of storyline and just focus purely on the humanity of the role? In a sense, would you treat this role in the same way you would if you were doing a kind of a drama series or something like that?
Yes.
I mean, yeah. Sure.
I mean, it's genre, but it's definitely grounded in reality and truth. Sometimes it's uncanny. The scenes look like this has been played out in another country happening right now. So I think they always wanted to focus it in truth and authenticity. Do you know what I mean? I think that's the thing which makes the show particularly interesting, being part of genre, that it feels like it's real, that it's part of the life we're living in now. So definitely just playing the truth of the scene for me.
And all the characters are not, either good or bad. They're just human beings. They're ordinary people who were put in, extraordinary events. So, yeah, as real as possible.
Yeah.
Because I was reading, obviously, I mean, like so many productions that have taken place over the last few years, there were kind of delays for outside readings, be it like the pandemic and stuff. I wondered how you guys were able to stay engaged with the character. Do you need to almost constantly sort of like think about the character and the project during breaks and pauses? Or are you able just to switch it off and then when things resume, just step right back into it?
Oh, I wasn't able to switch it off. Even when the pandemic was happening, I wanted to get better within my craft of acting. So I signed up for lessons with Nancy Banks because I really wanted to do Allie's character justice. And then I think that was really just my whole thing throughout the pandemic. And my mom told me, keep working on it, keep working on it. And one of the people who I look up to, Denzel Washington, my mom told me that he keeps working on his craft. So I was just like, oh, okay. So that made me want to work on it even better because I'm not that type of person to like turn it off and then on. I wanted to keep working on it so then it never dies in a way. I guess, do you understand me? I guess. Yeah. So it never, goes away. So I just wanted to keep working on my craft.
The show, obviously, I mean, it's a very sort of heavily, as just the fact of sort of speaking to you three today, sort of a female-led show. I was just wondering, is there a kind of quite an empowering sense of kind of camaraderie on a set like this when you're surrounded by so many talented, creative women coming together to tell such an important story?
I mean, for me, it was really special to have women be at the forefront, but it was also just like a collective, collaborative space. Everybody was allowed to have kind of their own ideas, and the cast and the crew are outstanding. The art department, for my storyline, we had a Nigerian consultant who basically went around saying, that would be right. Like there was such a detail in the creation of the world. And I think we were so eager to kind of see it all through because of the pandemic and everything. There was a connectedness to make this show like as best as it could be. So I felt that every time I went on set, actually, this we were all focused on the goal of making the show like really great.
There was in this new normal life that we are living, like for the past 2 years now, 3 years, I don't know. It was exactly that feeling you said, because we were aware that we're probably the craziest people on the planet, when people are trying to put like little cast and crew projects and like, small and protected. We went like, no, several continents, internationally, So it was like, you had to kind of stick together and like, we're going to be this. So,
But the finished product is great. I'm really enjoying it so far. I can't wait for next. But thank you so much, guys. Enjoyed it. Best of luck with this.
Perfect. Thank you.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.